15 games before you get them to you. Just a couple things. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Free MLB picks are updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports. We also have NFL, college football, European football, and a lot more. It is a good time to subscribe. And also, if you would, support our channel, hit the thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Then visit Tony'sPicks.com, our multi-capper site showcasing top cappers from our industry. Click the link to the hot cappers and get signed up. Cappers like Mindy, who's been on absolute fire. Hollywood Sam's been hot. We've got as well up there looking at our NFL cappers. Ramon has been on absolute fire. Top unit producer right now in the NFL, all documented. Ramon Scott. Ben is number 2. Tiffany's been hot as well in the NFL. We've got really great hot cappers right now in the NFL. Click the link and get signed up. Now, if you're looking for the Handicappers Best Bets, well, we have it right here for you. You can click the Best Bet tab, and you'll see the best bets here for today. Each capper can designate one best bet per sport per day. So you'll see cappers will have more than one sometimes, but we have them up there. $15 premium pick. Well, that's an entry level to introduce you to the service. We don't treat it like an entry level because a lot of the cappers will make their best bet a $15 premium pick because they want to introduce you to their service. So that's some really good value there. So check it out. Of course, our premium picks at the top, free picks as well here on the drop down. You'll find our promo code. You can save 20% off all of our premium pick packages when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access our page by clicking the link in the description, then the All Cappers tab, and get signed up. Also love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments below. And we're looking for cappers to apply. Go to Tony'sPicks.com footer section and submit the form. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this one started. Nationals and Braves MLB pick here for Wednesday. Josiah Gray will get the start for Washington. Gray in 26 starts, ERA 5.14, whip of 1.38. The right-hander a strikeout mark of 25%, 10.5% walks. The ground balls 32%, 2.44 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of about 6 suggests a rise in ERA based on this form. Bryce Elder, the starter for Atlanta. Elder appeared in 7 games, ERA 3.67, the whip 1.37. The right-hander strikes out 20%, 1.28% on the walks. The ground balls are coming in at 46%, 0.79 home runs per 9 innings. Braves have won both games of this series with a 3-2 win. They've won 5 straight. Nationals have dropped 8 of 10. Past 10 games, Braves hitting .284 against right-handers. The Nationals .270. The play here will be Washington, Atlanta, over a total of 8.5 runs. Mets and Brewers MLB pick here for action on Wednesday. Taijuan Walker, the starter for the Mets. Walker in 26 starts produces an ERA 3.42, whip of 1.18. The veteran has a strikeout mark of 19%, 7% walks. The ground balls are coming in at 47%, 0.82 home runs per 9 innings. Adrian Hauser will start for Milwaukee. Hauser in 20 appearances, an ERA 4.85, whip of 1.49. The right-hander is fanning 16%, 10% walks. The ground balls 47%. 0.76 home runs per 9 innings. Mets have won both games this series after their 7-5 win. 5 straight wins for the Mets. Past 10 games, Brewers bullpen an ERA of 4.50. Mets in this period hitting .273, but Walker just 5-18 against winning teams the past 2 seasons. And we look here over the past 3 seasons as well. When we look here at the over numbers in the span as well. So we're going to look here at the New York team here and Milwaukee going over the total here of 8.5 runs. Cubs and Marlins MLB pick here. This one goes off on Wednesday. Marcus Stroman will start for Chicago. Stroman in 22 starts, ERA 3.76, whip of 1.18. The right-hander is striking out 20%, 6.5% walks. The ground balls served 51%, 1 home run per 9 innings. Jesus Luzardo will start for Miami. Luzardo in 15 starts, ERA 3.75, whip of 1.09. The left-hander a strikeout rate of 28%, 9.5% walks. The ground balls are coming in at 40%, 0.88 home runs per 9 innings. Cubs even this series after their 2-1 win. Past 10 games, Chicago hitting .209 against left-handers. Marlins .223 against right-handers. Chicago 25-10 to the under, facing an NL starter with a whip of 1.15 or better. Marlins 20-8 to the under, facing a team hitting .250 or worse the second half of the season. The play here will be on Chicago-Miami, going under a total of 6.5 runs. Red Sox and Reds MLB pick here for action on Wednesday, Connor Seabold will get the start for Boston. Seabold in 3 starts allowed 15 earned runs with 4 homers and 13 strikeouts in 11 1/3 innings. The right-hander has 19 starts in Triple-A, compiling an ERA of 3.32, whip of 1.14. Chase Anderson, the starter here for Cincinnati. Anderson in 5 appearances produces an ERA 6.43, whip of 1.29. The right-hander is striking out 24%, 19% on the walks. The ground balls are coming in at 47%, 1.93 home runs per 9 innings. Boston wins the opener of this series 5-3. Reds have lost 9 of 11. Reds 30-19 to the over when an underdog of plus 125 to plus 175 this season. The play here, Boston Cincinnati, over total of 9.5 runs. Astros and Rays, MLB pick here for Wednesday. Lance McCullers will be the starter for the Astros. McCullers in 6 starts, an ERA 2.34, whip of 1.27. The veteran has a strikeout mark of 26%, 13% walks. The ground ball served at 44%, limited home run damage. Corey Kluber will start for Tampa Bay. Kluber, 28 starts, ERA 4.44, the whip 1.19. The right-hander is striking out 20%, 3% walks. The ground ball is 36%, 1.16 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of 3.59, an indication of improvement in ERA based on these numbers. Houston has won both games this series with a 5-0 win. Astros have won 8 of 9. Rays have scored no runs in this series. Past 10 games, Astros bullpen in the ERA of 1.64. Houston 84-40 against teams hitting 255 or worse this season. 36-15 as a favorite of minus 100 to minus 150 this season. The play here, Houston minus 125. Blue Jays and Phillies, MLB pick here for action on Wednesday. Kevin Gausman, the starter for Toronto. Gausman in 28 starts, ERA 3.45, whip of 1.24. The right-hander has a strikeout rate of 28%, 3.8% walks. The ground ball is 38%, 0.79 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of 2.40 suggests a lowering of his ERA based on these numbers. Noah Syndergaard, the primary pitcher for Philadelphia. Syndergaard starts in 23 games, produces an ERA 4.18 plus whip of 1.28. The veteran is striking out 17%, 5.5% walks. The ground ball is 41%, 0.99 home runs per 9 innings. Blue Jays win the opener of this series 18-11. Phillies losing streak now 5 straight. Past 10 games, Blue Jays hitting 284 against right-handers. Team record behind Gausman, 13-3 on the road against winning teams the past 2 seasons. Philadelphia 15-28 facing in at least the past 3 seasons. The play here, Toronto at minus 105. Pirates and Yankees, MLB pick here for Wednesday. Roansy Contreras will start for Pittsburgh. Contreras in 18 appearances has an ERA of 3.24, whip of 1.27. The right-hander is striking out 21%, 10% walks. The ground ball is 38%, 1.08 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of 4.22 suggests a rise in ERA based on this form. Luis Severino, the starter for the Yankees. Severino in 16 starts, ERA 3.45, whip 1. The right-hander has a strikeout mark of 27%, 7.2% walks. The ground balls are coming in at 43%, 1.47 home runs per 9 innings. Yankees overcome a 4-run deficit in the 9th with their 9-8 win on Tuesday. Past 10 games, Yankees hitting 288 against right-handers. Now Severino, 19-7 to the over, faces a team getting outscored by half run or greater on the season in his career. The play here will be Pittsburgh and the Yankees over 8. Angels and Rangers, MLB pick here for action on Wednesday. Tucker Davidson, the starter for the Angels. Davidson in 10 appearances in ERA 6.96, whip of 1.78. The left-hander is pitching to contact, 12.5% strikeouts, 15% walks. The ground ball is 44%, 1.27 home runs per 9 innings. Dane Dunning, the starter for Texas. Dunning, 28 starts, ERA 4.49, whip of 1.46. The right-hander striking out 20%, 9% walks. The ground ball is 53%, 1.15 home runs per 9 innings. Angels won 4 of 5 with their 5-2 win. Rangers 30-15 as a minus 110 favorite or greater. And 27-16 to the over against the left-hander. But in this one, we're going Angels and Texas over total here of 8.5 runs. Twins and Royals, MLB pick here for action on Wednesday. Bailey Ober will be the starter for Minnesota. Ober in 8 starts, ERA 3.49, whip of 1.16. The right-hander is striking out 21%, 5% walks. The ground ball is 26% with limited home run damage. Now, Daniel Lynch, he'll start for KC. Lynch, 24 starts, ERA 5.15, whip of 1.59. The lefty is fanning 21%, 9% walks. The ground ball is 41%. He's given up 1.46 home runs per 9 innings. KC wins the opener in this series 5-4. Twins have lost 5 of 6. Past 4 starts against the Twins this season, Lynch allowed 12 earned runs in 20 innings. Lynch has been pounded in his past 4 overall starts. Ober allowed KC 4 earned runs in 2 starts, working 8 innings. Both bullpens past 10 games, ERAs over 4. The play here in Minnesota and KC over 8. Guardians and White Sox. MLB pick here for action on Wednesday. Tristan McKenzie, the starter for Cleveland. McKenzie, in 28 appearances, has an ERA of 3, whip of .97. The right-hander is striking out 25%, 6.5% walks. The ground ball is 31%, 1.25 home runs per 9 innings. A FIP of 3.18 suggests a rise in ERA if these numbers hold. Lance Lynn will start for Chicago. Lynn, in 18 starts, produces an ERA 3.99, whip of 1.07. The right-hander is fanning 26%, 3.7% walks. The ground ball is 41%, 1.39 home runs per 9 innings. Guardians win the opener in this series 10-7 in extra innings for their 8th win in 10 games. Lynn has allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 6 straight starts. Team record behind Lynn, 45-18 as a -120 to -175 favorite in his career. The play here, Chicago -127. Giants, Rockies, MLB pick here for Wednesday. Logan Webb to start for San Francisco. Webb in 30 starts, an ERA of 3, whip of 1.19. The right-hander, strikeout rate of 20%, 6.4% walks. The ground ball is 56%, limited home run damage. Ramon Marquez, the starter for Colorado. Marquez in 28 starts, ERA 5, whip of 1.38. The veteran is striking out 18%, 8.2% walks. The ground ball is 47%. 1.53 home runs per 9 innings. Giants have won both games this series with their 6-3 win. Team record behind Webb, 30-9 as a favorite of -110 or higher the past 2 seasons. Marquez at home, an ERA near 7, allowing 2 home runs per 9 innings. The play here, San Francisco -130. Cardinals, Padres, MLB pick. This one goes off on Wednesday. We've got Miles Michaelis, the starter for St. Louis. Michaelis in 30 starts, an ERA of 3.46, whip of 1. The right-hander, a strikeout rate of 18.5%, for about 5% walks. The ground ball is dished at 45%, 1.15 home runs per 9 innings. Blake Snell to start for San Diego. Snell has 21 starts, producing an ERA of 3.85, whip of 1.29. The left-hander, an elite strikeout mark of 31%. 9.6% walks. The ground balls are coming in at 36%, 0.82 home runs per 9 innings, but his FIP is just 2.91, indicates a possible drop in ERA based on these numbers. Padres have won 4 straight by winning the opener of this series 5-0. They've gone under in 5 of 6. Past 10 games, though, St. Louis hitting just 182 against left-handers. Michaelis on the road, an ERA of 4.56, whip of 1.26. An ERA of 4.56, 1.26 home runs allowed per 9 innings on the road. The play here will be San Diego -118. Mariners, Athletics, MLB pick here for action on Thursday. Robbie Ray to start for Seattle. Ray in 29 starts, an ERA of 3.72, whip of 1.17. The left-hander is striking out 28%, 8% walks. The ground ball is 39%, 1.47 home runs per 9 innings. James Caprillion will start for Oakland. Caprillion in 23 starts, an ERA of 4.70. The whip 1.43. The right-hander pitches to 16% strikeouts, 11% walks. The ground balls are 37%, 1.25 home runs per 9 innings. Oakland wins the opener in this series 4-1. The Mariners have lost 5 of 6. Past 10 games, Seattle hitting 202 against right-handers, Oakland 211 against lefties. But team record behind Caprillion, 9-3 against AL teams, averaging 4.4 or fewer runs per game this season. The play here will be Oakland +180. Diamondbacks and Dodgers, MLB pick. This one goes off on Wednesday. Madison Bumgarner, the starter for Arizona. Bumgarner, 29 starts, ERA 5, whip of 1.48. The veteran is striking out 16%, 7% walks. The ground ball is 37%, 1.41 home runs per 9 innings. Dustin May will start for the Dodgers. May in 5 starts, ERA 3.46, whip 1. The right-hander is striking out 24%, 11% walks. The ground ball is 51%, 1 home run per 9 innings. FIP of 4.53 does suggest a rise in ERA if form holds. Dodgers and Arizona split their doubleheader on Tuesday. Now, the past 10 games, Arizona hit just 183 against right-handers, and the Dodgers 188 against lefties. In this period, the Dodger bullpen 1.51. The Diamondbacks 28-17 to the under, facing a starter with a WHIP of 1.25 or better on the season. Arizona 42-24 to the under against the NL West this season. The play here will be Dodgers and Arizona under 8.5. That was our MLB Pick Show here for action on Wednesday. Be sure to like, subscribe, set notifications. Talk to you guys live. Talk to you guys soon with more picks coming up. All right, I'm here just with our live stream audience. I'm going to try something different here. I'm going to go over to my YouTube, which I should be doing more of, and see if I can interact with some of you guys who are still up here this late hour. If you're still here, I'm live. I'll be here for a little bit. Let's see here. Let me go over. I should have this set up next. I'll have this set up next time, so it'll be easier transition. So I'm live. I should be able to see stuff as I'm live. Let's see where we're at here. Let me look for my live feed. And my chat should be coming up too. Let's see here. How does it look? Oh, let's see here. I am still live. I am still live. Anybody there? All right, so I'm still live. Anyone there? And I'll still be live for a little bit. I'll do a little bit of my work here as I wait for you guys to ask me questions. I figured I might as well just stay live while I do the uploads anyway. So I'm going to upload these videos. Usually when I upload them, I want to hear what I'm doing. So let's see what's going on here. So you might hear some clicking. Hit the wrong one. All right, the question is, can I talk about some general ways you go about handicapping baseball? There's a lot of ways to do it. I like to mix in advanced stats here with situational stats. If those two match, they're pretty much a big play for me there. That's usually what I do. Also, current form, I like to usually notice. I like to go over the past 10 games for some of these teams. Some home road splits in some situations. There are some pitchers that have just been terrible on the road. You saw today with Michaelis. I've seen his road performance is just not the same pitcher. You just kind of pick up on some of those things. Just doing this every day, handicapping every day, every game, every day for the entire season, pretty much puts me in a pretty good place. And I can pretty much, target some underdogs, look at certain ways pitchers perform home and away. But realistically, it comes down to some of the advanced numbers, matching them up with the situations. And I think if those two match, they're a play for me. So that's really how I look at it. Also, division games are a little bit more unique too. I look a lot at those situational numbers when these division teams meet up. You usually get a lot of these closer games, and you see upsets, right? We see a lot of upsets in these divisional games. We saw with Oakland and Seattle. And thanks for that question. Let's see here. Dodgers over 2.5 runs in the first 5. Yeah, that's a kind of a tough one, only because the Dodgers just aren't hitting left-handers, and you have to really look at these lineups, because I'm a little concerned here about some of these players, the teams resting some of their superstars. Of course, it was a little tricky here with this doubleheader, and what will be the approach for the Dodgers coming in today after that twin bill. We did see Mookie Betts pinch hit in the game 1. So I think in that situation there, also depends on the lineups. I'm not a big first 5 guy. I don't really. We document first 5 on Tony'sPicks.com, so we do, and I haven't really made any picks on the first 5. Sometimes on the drive-through, I'll find something there, and I will go in there and make a first 5. I think that's, but I haven't documented first 5. We have it on our site, and it's something I have not looked into, and it probably may look to expand that more in my handicapping. As you notice, even on the free picks, it's really going to either be a side or a total. So, that's where it's going to be for me. So, it's also too, I need a little bit more advanced stats on some of these first 5s. Right now you're just finding stuff with a certain player is this and this in first 5. I need a little bit more advanced numbers. I need somewhere where it's also fast, where I don't have to do too much digging for strikeout rate, walk rate in the first 5. I need everything that I look at for the game. I need that same information for the first 5. I just don't want to just go blindly on somebody's numbers. Hey, they're 7-2 first 5. This guy's 1-4. I need a little bit more data there, and I need to find the data quickly. It can't take me, as you know, I handicap. One of the reasons why I can handicap so many games is the data. I have I'm not going to give out my secrets where I get my information from the data points, but the data is quickly available to me, so I can make a fast handicap. It's not available for me yet for these first 5s, so I don't really look at that too much. As you notice, I do a lot of situational numbers too. There's nothing, I can't find any situation. There really hasn't been much situational tracking. Matter of fact, I interview Big Al McMorty twice a week on the drive-thru, right? He's the top situational handicapper in the world, period. The guy's been documented for 30 plus years. The guy wins not all the time, but the guy wins a lot more than he loses, and it's documented. They're not even tracking first 5. So it's hard for me to make a pick on that. Also too, I don't like the prices. Look at the amount. Look at what you're paying in juice on some of these. So you notice I don't really talk too much about that because I don't like the juice on each side of these numbers. I got a lot of guys playing nerf fees, and I'm looking -165, -175. No one yells at that, but heck, if you give out a -160 play on a side, you get people go nuts. So no, I haven't really. I don't really study that enough to give you really a good number there as far as, because I'm factoring bullpens too in my handicapping. So, but I do know, as we mentioned, Dodgers got to do better at hitting lefties. How many sportsbooks do you use? Well, I'm in California, so I got to go the offshore route, as many as I can use. Only the ones that pay me. So I use a good about 4 to 5. Mets winning. Let's see here. The Met game. Here's the thing. I was going to go Mets, but when I looked at Taijuan Walker's record against winning teams, he scared me. That scared me. So that was what kept me off it. So I was all in just from the eye test. I was ready to roll here with the Mets, but when I saw that Taijuan Walker isn't very good against winning teams, I backed off that. That's why I went with the total in that one. So let's see here. Toronto Blue Jays. Here, let's see. Toronto Blue Jays, very good form. And Mr. Dillon says he doesn't trust the Blue Jays. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a good point there. You score 18, but you give up 11, right? So you got to really wonder about that one. But I would favor them here tomorrow. Matter of fact, I was kind of leaning that may be a premium. That's, like I said, I'm thinking about my premiums. It's something I'm thinking about here with that game. On that Blue Jay game. I think Gausman has just been a strong pitcher on the road in this spot. Now, Syndergaard's a tricky one, right? He's going to be the primary pitcher. Is it Wheeler going to start this one? I believe it is. So that adds another wrinkle to it. So you got really 2 good arms going here tomorrow for Philadelphia, but we'll see how their bullpen. And Syndergaard's not striking out the people that he did before, so that's another concern there. But just Gausman's road form has been pretty good against winning teams, and the Phillies have really struggled here against the AL East. So that's it there. Keep the questions coming, guys. Give us your MLB World Series matchup predict for fun. Well, let's see here. What was the one I will look at here? The Dodgers are vulnerable because of their injuries to their pitching staff. So, with that in mind. That's a good question here because there's some warts on a lot of these teams. The Braves got some issue with their starting pitch. Although Strider's been a stud, Fried is good, but we've seen Fried. Those are the two. I think probably the best 1-2 right now is Strider and Fried going right now. Atlanta's going to be a tough out because you got 2 good arms up there. We know Urias is a good starter for the Dodgers, but again, there's no Buehler in there. Kershaw, we know Kershaw's issues, right? I don't know if Kershaw can go deep enough in games where you're going to get those bullpens involved here. So that's the concern I have here with the Dodgers. You can trust Urias, but who else? Kershaw, maybe give you a good 5, but then after that, you got to worry about the bullpens. The Brewers just don't hit well enough. We saw them last year get pounded against good pitching. See, I'm worried about the Brewers against good, not top-notch pitching. They had trouble scoring. So that's the concern I have with the Brewers. To me, it's the Braves and Dodgers probably going to square off again, right? The Padres just not having luck. Blake Snell is a 30% strikeout pitcher, but for some reason they just lose games for him. And their hitting hasn't been very, very clutch at all. So I'd have to go alongside probably Braves. The Mets are going to be in there because that home field is crazy over there in New York. And again, that's a team probably can ride with some momentum. So on the American League side, Houston has looked good, but the offense can shut down really quick. The offense is what's got me concerned. They don't hit for average very well. We've got, of course, obviously there in the East, the Yankees are playing well. Toronto can go on a hitting streak, but again, how will Toronto face top-notch pitching? That's what I'm a little worried about. We saw Tampa Bay really have some good starts against that lineup, but this would be interesting to see how it all forms out here. Of course, depending on the matchups, indeed. Yeah, I didn't say the Mets till the end. Yeah, I didn't. That is true because, again, there are some question marks. Now we know Scherzer's a top-notch guy, but after that, who do you trust? In a playoff situation, the bullpen. Do you trust them? We'll see. I think it's pretty much wide open. I think the Dodger injuries and some of the fall off from the Braves. The Mortons are not the same. We saw the Ian Anderson not pitch. So those two, I don't know what happened with Soroka. I heard Soroka had a little, he was supposed to come back, and we haven't seen him in the starting rotation. So it's just two studs there. Yeah, that is factor with weather and park. Park factors more so. The weather, it's still, West Coast totals. We're not seeing the unders just come in as much on the West Coast because it's been hot out here. We're not seeing the marine layer impact games anymore like they do in April and May. We may see it a little bit more in October, but we've still pretty much had these hot days. So we're not getting the unders. Balls are still carrying in some of these West Coast parks. But yeah, I do definitely factor in weather, but more so in the April, May, more so in the West Coast games, and of course in the cold weather locations. I'll look at that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the free picks. What we do, I can pretty much give a free pick on just about most of the games, and basically what the premium plays are my best plays. So that's what they are. So you'll notice that the premium picks match up with my free picks because what I did is I selected the best plays for my free picks and created them as my premium. So my free picks are pretty much the sides that I like the most on these games, and then obviously I'm not going to make 15 premium picks. I'm going to basically pull some from the ones I like the most, and those will be my premiums. So that's the difference there. So I'm not just like giving a total on the game because I like the premium. That's not how I work. I give a free pick on every game, and I give my best pick from that game. And then what I do is I'll at the end of the night, I will find out the ones I like the most, and those become my premium. So I don't try to protect my premium picks. I don't protect them. They're out there on my free picks, and they're just pulled. They're just pulled. The ones I like the most, those become premium. I do, and I do as long as I get as long as obviously the numbers are a factor, but I do wager on my premium plays. The only exception if there's a number move, mostly on the total, because I usually release the plays first to the public, and then I post the premium plays on the service, on my service, and then I go bet them. And then if there's been a line move within that half an hour to an hour period, I only will do it on the line that I give out on the game. I'm not going to cost myself a bet. Some guys like to bet them first and then do the work. I like to do the work first, pick the games I like, get it out to the service, and then go bet them. And then if I see a line move that goes against me, or if I'm not getting value, obviously that's the only time I don't do it. And it makes sense. You guys would do the same thing, right? Hope you guys would do that. Shop for the best number. And if you don't get a best number, or you don't get the number you like, you don't make the bet. Thank you for that, Tom. Patrick, if you have any questions, you can go to our site and go to the live chat, and there we could give you some personal service there. Go to our live chat. Something tells me I might have forgot a game. That looks weird. Did I forget a game? You know what? I think I forgot a game today. I don't even know which one that is. I got 15 videos. There should be 20. There should be 16. Those things happen. Oh boy. What did I do here? Oh, looks like we're okay now. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. You guys have a great day. We'll talk with you guys later tomorrow. Later this morning. Talk to you guys later.